gang, and welcome to Mike on Saturday.
Hi gang, welcome to Mike on Monday, the West Ham football fan show that nothing can stop except for severe tonsillitis and a lack of broadband. Yes folks, it's been a few weeks now. Have you missed me? Yes, of course you have. You missed my little smile and my amazing good looks, haven't you? But still, let's have a look at what's been happening at West Ham while I've been away. Let's go this way now. It's been a funny few weeks, hasn't it? We had 3 weeks without a game, in which time Lady Brady's just did nothing but argue with the Mayor of London in what, you know, when she writes the next chapter of her memoirs, she will undoubtedly call that chapter The Wrath of Khan, as he looks for revenge over stuff that's happened with the stadium and blah and blah and blah. Ultimately, they don't like us very much and we don't like them. We said that they would do that, they said that we would do this, and we said we'd do that, they said they'd do this, and all we do, all 60-odd thousand of us, is sit around and be shafted up the backside with the raggy end of a pineapple while they can't sort out an argument. But there you go, that's what happened for 3 weeks there. After that, there was an excellent 3-0 home win against Southampton. We played really well, and much like Virgin Media, Southampton just didn't turn up. It was a great 3 points against a direct relegation rival. I love that phrase, relegation rival. I love that phrase. It makes it sound like we both all really want to get, well, fighting to get relegated. Hey, get out of my way, I want to go down. But yeah, well, we beat them and did us a lot of good in the league. But did it make West Ham fans happy? Yes is the answer, totally. It made us all very happy. Much like really was the display in the first half of that game where we absolutely slayed them. But it is worth noting they were horrible. They just did not turn up. What else happened? Oh yeah, of course. There was a big announcement that season ticket prices for next season are frozen, and season tickets are now available even though we're not quite sure what division we're going to be playing in. I love this whole season ticket prices are frozen, because like, who's going to pay more? No one would want to pay more for sitting in an atmosphere this cold bowl. Oh, I'm being harsh. I quite like the stadium in some ways, but you know, in clearly what can we call it? A municipal stadium. Watching our team, no one's going to pay more except for maybe this bloke. West Ham, 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 bloody West Ham, bloody West Ham, West Ham, hammers, West Ham, 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 bloody West Ham, West Ham, West Ham. Oh, West Ham man. Good. Yesterday, or in my case today, because I'm actually filming this on Sunday night, so technically I'm now, and you watching this on Monday are the future. That's until Tuesday, then Mike on Monday becomes the past. So we've got present, future, past, all in one here. Now that's what I call, Mr. Stephen Hawkins, a brief history of time. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, yesterday, / today, if you're watching this when it comes out, as opposed to me doing it now, I'll stop this. On Sunday, West Ham managed a 1-1 draw away at Chelsea. Exactly how did that happen? What happened? Let's have a look at the Tactics Centre and see what they've got to say about this game. Mike. Thanks, Mike. West Ham came away from Stamford Bridge with a 1-1 draw on Sunday afternoon. And how did they achieve this? Was it the classy Declan Rice, the solid Ogbonna, or even the hard-working Marco Arnautovic that kept the Devils of Chelsea at bay? Well, let's have a look more closely and see what happened. Here are the giants of Chelsea with their expected home win. And here come the plucky Hammers into view, giving a lot more courage and probably negativity than we'd expect, but still coming away with a point when this happens. Chelsea 1, West Ham 1. Back to Mike in the studio. Thanks, Mike. I don't know how he does it. Absolutely brilliant. Won't see that on Sky TV, I'm telling you now. Now I'd like to talk about our manager David Moyes, a man with the charisma of a severe Victorian dad. David Moyes looks as set to remain in place as the huge gap between the spectators and the pitch. Sorry, I say spectators, I should say customers, shouldn't I? Because that's what the board like to call us fans. By the way, if I am a customer of West Ham United, can I return the whole of the last season, please, and get my money back? Because that isn't what I signed up for. It's not worked out how I thought it would in any way, shape or form. I mean, look at Antonio. He's out for the rest of the season. Antonio is a player who's never looked fit, even when he was fit, if you know what I mean. Now, I suspect we've broken Antonio. I also strongly suspect that we long ago lost the receipt for Andy Carroll. But loads of other things we seem to break, or players we seem to destroy. I don't know how we do it, really. But what about Lanzini? He's always seemed to be getting knocks, and he's only about 3 inches high. I mean, how possibly can he have great weight going through his knees? I mean, you know what I mean? Maybe it's the weight of all those tattoos, I'm not sure. But anyway, back to David Moyes. That's what I was really going to talk about at this point. And the reason is this. For me, David Moyes poses what I can only really describe as a philosophical issue. I mean, he's liked by the chairman and the board because he's an experienced old head of a manager, a bit like Alan Pardew, Paul Lambert and Mark Hughes, 3 managers who look destined to take teams down into the Championship this season. In Mark Hughes' case, he's going to take 2 teams down, which takes some bloody doing, doesn't it? Well done, Hughesy. But in reality, he does pose a real quandary because he can get results. It's just how he does it. For example, we drew 1-1 with Chelsea away, yeah? Now, I would have bitten your hand off like this for that score before the game. But having watched the game, I feel slightly soiled after the game. Do you know what I mean? We've got the result I wanted, but it's just the way we've done it makes me feel dirty. It's a bit like the time I tipped my babysitter an extra £5, and then as she bent down to put the money in her purse, had a good look down her top. Yeah, I did the right thing, but then felt like I'd somehow violated myself by doing that. I mean, she's only 67, but ultimately there's not much I can do about it because I think we are stuck with him until we either go down or he does finally get the role he's always wanted as Doctor Who. I mean, he's got to be a shoo-in. He's got Doctor Who. You can just imagine him stood outside the TARDIS looking grumpy, stood on alien planets looking grumpy, stood in the Victorian era looking at home. He just would manage all of that stuff brilliantly. He just is Doctor Who, isn't he? In charge of us, except we can't go back in time and fix his appalling substitutions. But there won't be protests from the supporters, there won't be grumbling from supporters if we eventually, or should I say when we eventually, because it's inevitable, we keep Moyes. Because we're all far too busy protesting and grumbling about David Sullivan. David Sullivan is a man so frustrating that he makes most supporters want to cut their own throat to the bit of old tin. So far we've managed to avoid actually doing that, certainly I have, but if he does do what I suspect he'll do and spend the summer buying players from relegated teams, boy has he got that marked out, then I might well have to buy myself a neck brace in a vague attempt to protect my neck. That's jolly, isn't it? And to cheer us up, probably, let's face it, let's have some music from this week's musical guest, Mr. Twang Kerr, Hertfordshire's #1 voodoo surf guitarist. Off you go, Twang. Let's hear what you've got for us. Twang Kerr here, Hertfordshire's #1 voodoo surf musician. You better believe that, people. Anyway, for you good Hammers fans out there, I too is a Hammers fan big time. I got a Hammers song for you. This is a song from my last album, which reached #1 in the voodoo surf charts here in Hertfordshire, and it's a special tune for all you Hammers fans. It's from my album Lucky Banisters, and if you haven't already bought that, I don't know what other you have. If you haven't already bought it, then you gotta check that album out. It's a bitch of an album. Anyway, here's a track for you guys, for all you West Ham fans. It's called the Hammers Chat Blues, and sing along if you know it. Woke up this morning, my baby was gone. No great loss to me. She said, "Boss Tottenham." Thank you, Twanker. Don't forget you can buy that album online, Lucky Banisters, and a number of other albums by Mr. Twanker. Now, back to David Moyes, because it's football related and this is a West Ham show. But the thing is, he says, David Moyes is constantly droning on about how he wants to play attacking football, and he wants to visit the planet Zaran 3. Oh no, it's Doctor Who again, sorry. But he wants to play attacking football, and like, you know, he just like he does for half a match, like we did against Southampton, and the other half, okay, I kind of see why he just went, oh, let's just see it out. Bilic's side, apart from that, I wouldn't have gone 3-0 up in the first half. I mean, crikey, we scored 3 goals at our end where I sit in the first half. I mean, we scored 3 goals at that end of the pitch in the whole of last season, I think. But I mean, no, the point is that Bilic would have attacked again in the second half, and we probably would have lost 4-3. But, you know, but I see why he closed that game down, but when we turned up at Chelsea, it was just, there was a brilliant, before we scored our goal, there was a bit that came up that said touches in the opponent's box, and I think they were talking about the penalty area, in case you're getting excited that I was watching something weird. And it had Chelsea 36, West Ham 2. Now a minute later we scored, but it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Because ultimately we don't create that many chances, but we do actually score quite a lot of goals. We actually take a lot of our chances, a lot more than West Brom or Southampton or Stoke do, which is why we're above them ultimately, because our defence has been pretty dire, hasn't it? So I mean, you just think if he pushed a bit more, a lot of those draws could be wins. But maybe I'm being wildly optimistic. But you know, in this season where the old head experienced managers have let everyone down, and the Calvo Cavalleros of this world have surprised everyone, we should be being slightly more ambitious about who we appoint manager. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I think we'll move on now, folks, to your letters, and it's been so good of you. I say letters every time. I don't mean letters at all. I'm from the past, clearly. No, I mean emails, tweets and all the rest of it, and it's so nice of you, because a lot of people also leave messages below, and you can do that today if you enjoyed the show. If you've got any questions for me, so nice of you to do that. So let's have a look at them now. So thanks again for your great messages. As I say, leave a message below. You can contact me via Twitter at WHUMike. Do feel free to follow me, and all the rest of it. Anyway, onwards. First question for this week from Phil XX. At least I think it's Phil XX, and it's not Phil Kiss. That would be really quite odd. Anyway, Phil, he's asked, what's it like living in Hertfordshire? Now, this is because in previous episodes of Mike on Monday, I've talked about the fact I'm from a housing estate in Lewisham, and I now live in the very posh town of Berkhamsted, and hilarity ensues with the culture clash there within. Well, of course, the reality is we'll get on just fine, and I'm a bit of a novelty act. Do you know what I mean? But I do have issues with one of my next door neighbours. Now the thing is, in his back garden he's got a pond, though I'll be honest with you, if I can't throw a Millwall supporter from one end of it to the other, I call it a lake. Honestly, it's a big old pond, and in it he keeps all those Japanese fish called koi carp. Yeah, he's got a load of koi carp in this thing. I've got a bit of a weird hobby. I breed heron. Now, according to him, this is a problem. I can't see why though. But largely, we all get on fine. It's quick into London and it's cheaper than living in London. And you know what? It's really, really nice. So that's why I live in Hertfordshire. Phil Kiss Kiss. Sorry, XX. Hope that that's all good with you. Next question is from Tone. He's asked, will you renew your season ticket for next season? Now, we're at that point now. We're meant to be renewing season tickets. Yes, I will be, is the answer to that. There was a poll on Claret and Hugh in between the bits saying everything's fine, it will be wonderful. There was a poll on Claret and Hugh which said that 25% of people who polled won't be renewing. As in most polls, that's probably wildly inaccurate, but I do think a lot of people won't renew because the 2-year season ticket, which a lot of people signed up for, including me, runs out. And I think a lot of people went out of curiosity. I don't think all of them were West Ham fans by any stretching. We know that now, surely, from the rows and rows of empty seats. The row that I'm meant to sit in recently had me, a gap, 2 guys who were season goals who've been there since we moved to the stadium, the lovely guy Simon and his friend there, and then no one else in our row. I was amazed, absolutely no one in our row. Well, largely I'm not in my row either because I'm in down with Gonzo because he's in the same block and down the bottom. But anyway, never mind. But yes, I will be renewing unless, of course, we get relegated. In that case, I'll also be renewing, but grumbling about it more. So I hope that answers your question, Tone. Next one is, I'm going to change page here. Next question, oh, this is a weird one. This is from Lady Alex, which I'm sure lovely Alex. I'm sure I get the idea that Alex is normally a boy's name, but there are female Alexes, and that's why he probably called himself Lady Alex, but it does sound like you're a tranny. But if you are, that's fine. I've got nothing against trannies, but I mean, you know. Anyway, Lady Alex, back to your question. It's an old one. This: did you enjoy Easter and eat loads of eggs? Now, the thing with this, Lady Alex, is one, I don't eat Easter eggs a lot. Largely gone vegan, right? So, oh no, look at you! I would never have guessed yet. I'm one of them. So, Easter eggs are made with milk chocolate, which of course has got the clues in the title, milk in it, unless you can get Easter eggs made with vegan chocolate, and vegan chocolate is entirely hideous. It's the most vile thing you could ever eat. It's like eating the bottom of your shoe. Absolutely disgusting, and there is a reason that they put the mammary juice of another mammal in it. It tastes better, milk chocolate does, with milk in, and even though the idea of raped cow juice totally appalls me, I'm not really going to start eating Easter eggs. Now, the whole other thing about Easter really gets me is the, I mean, Jeremy Corbyn was recently in trouble, rightly or wrongly, he's in a political show, about being anti-Semitic, but everyone's out enjoying Easter, and you're like, well, hang on, this is surely nail the Jew to a cross weekend. Now, I understand I'm upsetting some Christians here. Tough, come on, let's go with this, because I don't really get why everyone's so pleased with nailing some bloke to a cross, because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Now, other people, I've got Christian friends that go, no, it's not about that. It's about the resurrection. That is the key thing. Yeah, but the sign, the universal worldwide sign, symbol of Christianity is of course the cross. That's what it is. It's the cross. It's if it was about the resurrection, it would be the universal worldwide size symbol of Christianity. Would be a bloke getting up, wouldn't it? Be someone getting up from the ground, maybe having a bit of a stretch, etc., etc., or even a zombie. Because ultimately, people coming back from the dead, that's generally what they are these days. But never mind. I've just called Jesus a zombie. I do apologise if I have offended you, but I would like to just remind you that I'm available for children's parties. So, and finally, oh, by the way, before we move on, I have to tell you, it's bloody hilarious, and I've got a picture of it, so I'm going to put it, overlap it right about now. My little girl was her parents' evening. She's 7, yeah, for her school, and she has RE lessons, which really pissed me off. I'm an absolute atheist. I should just point that out. And they had this thing about the symbol of the cross, and they asked, what other symbols are important to you? And this is what she put on. Yes, people, the West Ham badge. Brilliant. I absolutely made my week, that did. Anyway, finally, our last question for you. This comes from Ryan B. Not Ryan A or Ryan C, but Ryan B. My often contributor to this show. And he's asked, of course, the $1 million question: is the Stoke game a must-win? Now, our next game is next Monday, which is a pain in the backside because I do this show on Monday. So next week it will be Mike on Monday on Tuesday, because there's absolutely no point me doing a show on Monday and then we play the game Monday night, because it becomes out of date instantly. So I will do Mike on Monday on Tuesday next week. Anyway, back to this. Oh yeah, it's Stoke must win. Back to the question. Yeah, it is, but it isn't. I mean, technically, it isn't. We got 34 points now after the draw with Chelsea and the win against Southampton. Now, I think 37 points will keep us up with ease. But, and we got, what, 6 games left? We need 1 win now. But the Stoke game is the winnable one out of them, isn't it? Because we're away Arsenal, away Leicester, that's going to be tough. We've got to play United and City at home, and Allardyce would love to send us down. So I think that the most winnable game we've got is going to be at home to Snoke, as my little lad Ivo likes to call them, because he can't quite manage Stoke. It's because he's got no teeth at front that will come out because I hit him. No, they're coming out. Tooth fairy, all that. So yeah, it is a must win. I think it is going to be another, like the Southampton game was, very high pressure game for the team and for the supporters. And one of the best things about that Southampton game was the way the supporters rallied round from the off. We all were right behind the team. If we do that again, I reckon we're there, and then we can protest all we want after. I mean, protesting the games we know we're going to lose, like at home to City or something. But Southampton, let's just get over the line if we could, because I really do think that would do it. Maybe another point, if we're going to really throw luxury at it, we could go there. But, you know, I think that would do it. So, that's it for this week. If you enjoyed this week's show, thanks so much for tuning in. As I say, once again, many apologies for not being around for a few weeks, but hopefully we will be back on track, broadband and Wi-Fi and all the rest of it. Going well, and we'll be back every week. So next week will be on the Tuesday, as I say, Mike on Monday, but on Tuesday because of the Stoke game. If you enjoyed today's show, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to both Hammers Chat channels, this one and the main one, and I will put links below to some other really ace Hammers Chat stuff. And make sure you go on the Hammers Chat 4 website. It's got, I'll put the link below as well. It's got a great blog page, really worth seeing, and there is loads and loads of brilliant content on Hammers Chat. I really recommend it. I'm on quite a lot of it, but hey, don't let that put you off. But that's it. I'm going to go now. Oh, if you'd like to ask a question, you've got any comments about it, please leave them below, or get hold of me at WHU Mike. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter or outside in the garden. And that's it for me for this week. I'm off. Don't try and stop me now. Come on, you Irons.
Give 'em the gold and sully dazzle, razzle dazzle them. Sell them a dream with loads of hope in it, and fingers crossed they will not notice it. Give 'em the old, bigger is better, schmooze and flatter them. Promise the earth and they won't see the lies. What if your pledges are all published? They'll never know their ground's demolished. Razzle dazzle them and they'll never get wise. Give 'em the Lady Brady flannel, razzle dazzle them. Promise a player so splendiferous, then loan a donkey who's ridiculous. Promise the old world-class players, then don't deliver them. they'll never know you've sold their soul away. Tell them the reasons are financial, that Lacazette has just been cancelled. Razzle dazzle them and they won't go away. Give them the old Payet Snodgrass, smoke a mirror them. Loan them a forward who might be toothless, pay him the world even though he's useless. Give them the old might sign Neymar, then you huggle him. On deadline day sign someone who is pants. Promise Mancini and Jurgen Klopp, Rafa Benitez or someone top, then deliver them one from Sunderland. Give them the old two Daves dazzle, razzle dazzle them. Show them the first-rate chairman that you are. As long as you ignore Carsten Young, they'll never mention Birmingham. Razzle dazzle them, razzle dazzle them, razzle dazzle them, and they'll never go far.